Good morning, everyone. Mitchell Clark here. And I'm about to do something like I used to do, subpar videos, unedited, poor quality, 1080p retina screen. Heck yeah. Soviet Russia. Can you take that? Well, it's just the morning, so I'm half asleep. And this is just going to be my ramblings. Anyways, I had this revelation the other night, and I'd like to discuss it, because I think it might be true. Because I really might I think this might be true. I was talking to my girlfriend, right? And she's an atheist, or was an atheist. And then I told this idea to some other friends of mine, and they were like, "Heck yeah, that's balls as fuck." And I'm like, "Heck yeah." And it's not cussing, by the way, since I was quoting what they said. Anyways, my idea is that science and religion, they go together. You have to have both of them to get the true story, the full story of how humanity works and how everything works. You have to have both. Science basically explains the stuff like the how and the what, part of the what, the when, the where. All that stuff is science. Or in religion is basically the why. And this idea, this new sect of Christianity, we believe that the Bible is a loose telling, especially the Old Testament. God didn't want to take away humanity's gift of curiosity. If He told them everything exactly as it truly was, we'd have no reason to look up anything. We'd have no reason to learn. So He didn't. He didn't tell us about evolution. Instead, He told us He designed man in His image. Or made man in His image. But who's to say He didn't do it the same way an architect makes a building? With a blueprint. A single cell that evolves over time. Like a baby in the womb is a blueprint for life. Think of it this way. A single cell organism already ingrained inside of it with the very essence of humanity. Designed so that it would evolve over time to be us. And that's how God made it. Started out single, and over billions and billions of years it grew and grew and grew until here we are. And this would be really good because it works the same way as a baby. Babies, when they're in the womb, they started as a single cell, a blueprint that over 9 months is finally finished. It's not really that far-fetched to say that evolution could have been the same thing. A single cell that served as a blueprint over 1,000 billions or trillions, not trillions actually. I don't think the Earth is probably not trillions years old. It's probably more like, let me Google it. Maybe 6 billion or so. Just a second. I could just Google the lyrics to the Big Bang Theory, but screw that. Just a second. How old is the Earth? 4.54 billion years. And over all the time we grew into humanity, God cleared out the dinosaurs in order to make way for us. We also believe we're a lot of the stuff we believe are not fully created yet. We're still fledging out, trying to look at it, but we're studying science and putting it in terms with religion to see how they mesh. And often, they go together very, very, very well. People don't realize that, but science, religion, they tell the same story overall. There's no difference. No real difference, that is. Darwinism, creationism. I mean, you could fight all you want, but in the end, there's always an intersect where they are the same in some respect. Humanity was a blueprint designed by God over billions of years. It's just the only logical way you could see it. They also have a lot of different ideas. Like, here's one that I sent to some people from my youth group. Let's see here. Here's my text. God is not how we think of him. He never truly says it. He is, as far as we know. God is like qualia. Qualia. Let me explain that notion. Imagine for a second that you're blind. You have never seen any color, ever. Red, green, blue. You don't know what those are. You've never seen them. Imagine someone is describing blue to you, or red to you, or green to you. It's not possible. You cannot describe this stuff. And God's like that. However, there's philosophers who believe that it's a failing of our own ability to communicate, that if billions and billions and billions and billions of words got together just right, then boom, red would pop into your head, blue would pop into your head, or green would pop into your head when someone described it, because it was described correctly, which is the belief that they believe we can't do. Now, my idea is that people like Jesus or Buddha, Confucius, all those religious leaders, they come up when all the words are said just right, in the right order, and the maelstrom that is God is understandable. We can hear it, we can see it, we can feel it. It's what causes religion. It's what causes knowledge and understanding. Anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, was describe this. And if you have any questions or any ideas, just email me at mitchell.clark.eugene@gmail.com. I'll put it down in the description, or text me at 205-219-201. I would love to answer your questions, and I would love if you would like to join us or have any insight on this. If there's any other people who believe this and I just don't understand, please tell me what you believe. I would love to know your beliefs. I'd love to debate this. I'm a very good fan of debates. If you want to argue, I will be glad to hear your point. And if you make a good enough argument, I might actually change my ideas. I'm not stubborn. But don't just text. But if you're going to argue with me, do not, under any condition, just text me and say, well, you're wrong because you're wrong. You're wrong because God says in the Old Testament that you're wrong. Because he doesn't, as far as I know. And if you can't show me the exact verse where God says I'm wrong, then you're not going to do anything. And in fact, even then you might not do anything, because the early Christians, the Bible used to be a lot bigger than it is today, and that's the New Testament. about 5 gospels were added and removed over these centuries. So really, you can't convince me that you're right if all your argument is that. You need to have a good argument. This is not going to descend into trolling and being stupid. You have to be logical, coherent, and reasonable. And I'm going to probably be filming a series on this, like different ideas I've had. I've named it because I don't want to be non-denominational, because that's just an excuse. And everybody will be like, oh, so you just don't want to go to church. No, this is an entirely new sect. New Renaissance Christianity, because the Renaissance was a time of enlightenment, of science, and this is a Renaissance of Christianity, a new belief of science and Christianity together. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been the first video of the New Renaissance. Farewell. Feel free to like, subscribe, or comment. I would love to have some new subscribers. Goodbye.